Breaking news out of Los Angeles Dodgers manager Dave Roberts has just made a controversial statement that's sending shockwaves through the fanbase. In a press conference no one saw coming, Roberts called out certain performances and hinted at major changes ahead. Fans are divided, some are backing him, others are furious. Is this a motivational tactic or a sign of deeper problems within the clubhouse? Either way, this statement has ignited serious debate across the MLB. With the postseason push heating up, tensions are rising in L.A. What did Roberts really mean? One thing's clear, he's not holding back anymore. Dodgers Nation, this is not the update anyone expected. In fact, fans, insiders, and even players across the league are still processing what just came out of Dave Roberts' mouth. The longtime Dodgers manager, usually calm, measured, and buttoned up, just delivered one of the most controversial statements of his tenure. And make no mistake, this one is already setting off alarms across Major League Baseball. So what did he say? And why is it sending shockwaves through the Dodgers organization, the media, and the fanbase? Let's take it from the top. During a routine pre-game press conference, one where most managers talk about lineup changes or injury updates, Dave Roberts was asked about the team's recent performance, specifically their inconsistency on the mound, some shaky bullpen decisions, and even the team's chemistry in the clubhouse. What started as a typical response turned into an eyebrow-raising moment. Roberts paused, then said, and we quote, "We're not the best team right now. And we might not be if we keep playing like this. Something's gotta give." That alone might sound like a challenge to the players, but he didn't stop there. He continued, saying, "I know everyone wants to talk about October, but this version of the Dodgers won't make it there unless we change. From the top down." Whoa! That phrase, "from the top down," sent a ripple through the press room. Was Roberts calling out ownership? The front office? His coaching staff? Himself? Or even, possibly, the players? Immediately, questions began flying. Did he mean Andrew Friedman isn't doing enough to support the roster? Was he calling for roster shakeups? Or was this a manager simply reaching his limit with the inconsistencies of a team that, on paper, should be dominating the National League? Now let's put this in context. The Dodgers are currently in the middle of one of the most competitive seasons in years. With teams like the Braves, Phillies, and Brewers all surging and the Diamondbacks not backing down, there's no room for cruise control. And yet, that's exactly what some fans feel the Dodgers have been doing. Too many games blown late. Too many slumps at the plate. And yes, some questionable bullpen management. Dave Roberts has always been the guy to take bullets for his players. He rarely points fingers. He almost never goes public with anything that could divide the locker room. But this time, it felt different. So what exactly is going on behind the scenes that would push Roberts to make such an uncharacteristic statement? Sources inside the organization say there's been rising tension for weeks. Not just about wins and losses, but about roles, expectations, and accountability. For instance, multiple veteran pitchers reportedly voiced frustration with how innings have been managed lately, especially when it comes to high-leverage situations and pitch counts. Younger players are also said to be unsure of their place, getting shuffled between AAA and the big leagues without clear communication. There's even been murmurs about how certain stars have received preferential treatment. All of this might sound like normal mid-season friction, but Dave Roberts acknowledging it publicly? That's a red flag that things might be reaching a boiling point. Now, Roberts didn't name names. He didn't blame individuals. But his tone was clear: things have to change. Fast. And here's the twist: some fans actually agree with him. Social media exploded after the press conference. Dodger fans took to Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube to voice support for Roberts' candor. Many felt he's finally expressing what they'd been thinking all season, that the talent is there, but the urgency isn't. That the front office is playing it safe. That the stars need to lead with more fire. That maybe, just maybe, the whole organization needs a jolt of truth. But not everyone's on board. Some critics say Roberts is deflecting blame. That his own game management, especially in October, has cost the Dodgers crucial games. Remember the Blake Snell controversy in the 2020 World Series? That still lingers in the minds of fans. And more recently, bullpen collapses and questionable pinch hit decisions have raised eyebrows. To those fans, this statement was less about leadership and more about dodging responsibility. And yet, here's where it gets really interesting. After the press conference, reporters rushed to the clubhouse. Players were asked for reaction. Most were diplomatic, saying they understood the urgency and respect their manager's honesty. But one player, an unnamed veteran, was quoted saying, "Well, if he thinks something's gotta give, maybe it starts with how we're being managed." Boom. That's when you know the pressure is real. The tension is not just media speculation. There's friction. So what happens next? For starters, don't be surprised if we see changes soon. That could mean lineup shakeups, pitching assignments being reassessed, or even a trade happening sooner than expected. The Dodgers aren't in crisis mode, but they are feeling the heat. And this kind of statement from the manager? It's often a sign that something big is brewing. Don't forget, the trade deadline is approaching fast. LA has been linked to multiple names: Jazz Chisholm Jr., Garrett Crochet, maybe even a surprise bullpen arm like Mason Miller. This may be Roberts' way of lighting a fire under the front office, pushing them to get aggressive and bring in reinforcements now rather than wait for the 11th hour. There's also speculation that Roberts could be sending a message to his players: perform, or lose your role. We've already seen some prospects pushing for bigger opportunities. Michael Busch may be gone, but others like Andy Pages and Miguel Vargas are knocking. The Dodgers have options, but they need results. One thing's for sure, this is a defining moment for Dave Roberts. It's rare that a manager with his resume and support from ownership takes a public stand like this. But maybe that's exactly what the Dodgers need. A reality check. A shake of the system. Because October is coming fast, and in a league this competitive, the smallest margin can decide everything. From here, the Dodgers have a few choices. They can double down on what's been working or make the bold moves needed to truly chase another championship. Roberts has fired the first shot. The ball is now in the court of Andrew Friedman and the rest of the front office. This also sets the stage for an absolutely wild second half of the season. Every lineup decision, every bullpen call, every trade or lack of a trade will be analyzed under a microscope. Because the manager has spoken. He's challenged the system. And now everyone, from players to fans to executives, will be watching how this team responds. And if you're a Dodgers fan, you have to respect the honesty. Because this franchise isn't just trying to be good. It's trying to be legendary. One championship in a decade isn't enough, not for a team with this much talent and this many resources. Roberts knows it. The players know it. And now, the world knows it too.